Hello and welcome to yet another cast. Today we have a custom 5v5 on TinyTownHarbor, a not that often a map that isn't really shown that often, with quite a few civilian structures like even a Black Sun Center. And yeah, this game is quite something, and I'm gonna go get in that once it actually happens. Now let's get into player introductions. We have Team 1 up here at the top. Yes, this is... Wait, no, this is actually Team 2 up here at the top. Never mind. The normal order just being completely opposed this time. And Team 1 down here in the south. Let's start with Team 1 in the south, unusually. And let's start down here with Quantum Typhoon going Seraphim and this Burgundy Red opening first land. Then to the west we have Barosand, who is Cybran in dark blue, currently not building anything, maybe AFK for a moment. Sometimes happens, it's annoying, but yeah. I hope they wake up, but if not, well, shit happens, sucks to happen. To the northeast we have Sentimental in Cyan, going Seraphim, opening first land. To the northwest of that we have Once Handsome, someone who very often hosts games like these, basically letting most people join. And yeah, always quite fun lobbies, always up for some shenanigans. I believe only this low rated because he only goes for shenanigans. In yellow, opening first land, going Cybran. Up here in this hot pink we have Xile's War, going Cybran, opening first air. Right. Okay, Barosand's still not back. Then down here we have Cobra Commander in white, going UEF, having opened first land. Up to the north of that we have Angry Kiwi in green, also UEF, opening first air. To the west we have in orange a Cybran player, Scratch 2, or just Scratch as I will refer to them in this game, opening first land. To the north of that we have some random person opening first air in red, going Seraphim. And in the air position for that team we have Flyboy Boombaldo, who is opening first land, or has opened first land in blue, going UEF. Okay, this is really annoying for the Southern team, but nothing you can really do. I will try to keep up with what Flyboy Boom is doing, because they probably the MVP of this game. But yeah, about this map, quite a few civilian structures in form of basically dockyard facilities, or what appears to be looking like dockyard facilities up here on this, with some pier-like structures and some naval factories up here, and a Black Sun Center, which of course has quite a bit of reclaim. Also some artillery installations up here, which will provide quite a lot of mass, or, if captured, quite a bit of annoyance towards your opponent. And again up here, the same up here. Reclaim-wise, there is a bit in the middle with these rocks, some dotted around these mountains on both sides, and just generally a bit of reclaim dot around the cliffs. Flyboy Boom going T2 already. Also having already started on T2 maxes at around 4 minutes. At the same time, their southern neighbor Scratch is still expanding towards their remaining maxes. Of course, the price you have to pay when you move up early with your ACU. The fact that you are missing out on your early maxes. But yeah, the players already reclaiming the civilian structures up here. Spec Sun Center has not yet started to be installed to reclaim. And Corporal Commander also apparently not that fussed about actually reclaiming the civilian structures up here, I believe. At least seems like it. But already having grabbed the stuff down here, so some reclaim down here. And already 3 naval factories up. The Mirror Player, Xyos War, also 3 up. Right, they went Cyprian and actually captured the civilian ones. I think this may have also been where these 2 naval factories came from, that those were spawned in and just captured. Of course, a very effective way to just get them very quickly by saving yourself the mass cost. And Quantum Typhoon dropping off some engineers on this island to get some of the reclaim. But yeah, that actually grants players that would normally have no access to Cyprian, no access to UAF, access to the UAF Navy, which is powerful if played correctly with the correct naval mixture, but it's of course also very annoying when you have to deal with with a mixed navy, since you get the advantages, the upsides of both navies. With the advantage of UF Navy, of course, being the tankiness and shield loads. And in conjunction, for example, with Seraphim, you get some very good destroyers. And also very good AA on their cruisers that will be quite annoying. Monsansa moved his ACU down here into the pond, maybe to try and get some supporting navy action down. Nothing of the sorts has been done by Angry Kiwi, at least not yet. And we see a Ghetto gunship out from Angry Kiwi, or to be more precise, 3 Ghetto gunships. Never mind, 4. May have mistaken the player who actually does the Ghetto gunship shenanigans this game. But let's just keep track of those, because that's gonna be quite a bit of fun with now 6 Ghetto gunships. Must have missed some of those. I can't believe it was 6 from the get-go, but whatever. There was a significant run by Quantum Typhoon that got into the space, which is now being taken out by these Ghetto gunships since there is no AA. It's all Suis, so they probably just hovered over. And yeah, those are easily taken out. Of course, the amount of willpower up here now limited after the ACU went south to grab some stuff, only 2 engineers left up here. But T2 Navy has been achieved, and there's already a destroyer going out. And these Ghetto gunships now also moving further south. I think going for Quantum Typhoon space. Quantum Typhoon structures being captured, I believe, by Corporal Commander. Yes. And there are some NTs trying to intercept that. The transport picking up a engineer. But now going for the ACU, and with 6 Ghetto gunships, this ACU will of course go down very quickly, since this amount of mech marines has a deadly amount of DPS. And there goes the ACU. A very effective play. Okay, there was an auto drop up here. There is now some T1 PD going up to just prevent it from pushing in too far. And a lot more mech marines being built up as well, potentially for more Ghetto gunships. Right, those were Control Kate. Right, I believe those were Control Kate because Monsanto hosted this with the new partial share option, which only shares the which doesn't share any military units, only engineers and and buildings. Talking aside today, very much sorry about that. I will try to prevent stop stuttering as much, but can't promise anything. Still only T1 Navy out from some random person. Wait, never mind. As I said, that there is a T2 Naval HQ for Seraphim T2 Naval HQ out. These naval factories have already been captured, yes, I just remembered that. And this stuff has still not been reclaimed. This max has also not been claimed yet, on that note. Also nothing of this up here has been reclaimed. Okay, and some random person has started to reclaim the Black Sun Center with their ACU. This will take quite a bit because that's 50,000 HP, and I believe this thing has quite a bit of mass in it, so it is expensive, but it will probably be worth it. Now the submarines being forced back by some counter-submarines out from Xaios War. Nothing too impressive, but just some simple harassment, and 82 upgrade for one's handsome now. Angry Kiwi going for some shoulder upgrades, just to get up more, some more bit power, I guess. And 3 more transports out. So those will 4 more transports, so I guess there will be more Ghetto gunships. But since the first one was that effective, I suppose that it's worth giving it another shot. Angry Kiwi going completely after the premise of, if it worked once, why not try it again until it doesn't work? Which we will see how effective that will be. Well, it is, let's say, it would be impressive how much damage that can actually do. But let's just keep it with that foreshadowing. Okay, the transport's now being filled up. And I hope that I can keep track of those once they launch for their second mission. Another transport is finished. That is definitely enough to kill ACUs. And an engineer drop from a Flyboy Boom has been has gotten factory up and is now also building some T1 PD. And with that, successfully taking out this base that formerly belonged to Quantum Typhoon. Meantime, the Northern Navy is still somewhat contested. There's no T2 Navy out yet, at least not for me, that I could see it. Nope. There are, however, now some subs going up for one's handsome, as well as some flag, potentially to protect the ACU. And there are top bombers now being used to take out this navy. And since there aren't any cruiser and air superiority currently seems to be in favor of the southern team, that is working out quite well. In the meantime, Cobra Commander just using a pure submarine force to take out their opponent with long-range cruiser support and some Valiants. That is very, very effective if your opponent doesn't really have anything to counter this, but there are top launchers going up and those submarines are slowly going down. In the meantime, the next round of transports has started, or has started moving. And let's see who the victim will be this time. I believe it may be Sentimental, who is currently being PD creeped by Scratch in the middle. who took over the middle area and pushed forward with a T2 ACU and just some Cerberus turrets. Of course, Cerberus turret not having a lot of DPS, but still it's high range and does being very much deadly. Right. Rattlesand actually woke up and built a T1 land factory. Currently on double base. I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention too much to eco. Let's just take a look. The Team 2, which is the northern team, is currently nearly 100 miles ahead, something like 90. And the Ghetto gunships targeted down on Rattlesand. Which also, there is a T3 AHQ, but no T3 PGen, that has been significantly delayed. At the same time, there are already three T3 PGens for Flyboy Boom, with the air factories now also queued up and being built. And Xaios War getting that base. Right, and there's also a strat out for Flyboy Boom, which has got 13 kills, and if I could actually catch it, around 4,000 mass killed, I believe. And 1 star veterancy, so already having done quite a bit of work. In the meantime, it seems like Angry Kiwi, since it worked last 2 times, decided to go for more Ghetto gunships. I mean, if it worked twice, maybe it works a 3rd time. So why not try? And the base that formerly belonged to Riversand is now being taken out by the Strat Bomber. And since there is no T3 air out yet, there isn't really anything that can stop this strat from just roaming the skies and taking out stuff. The strat now up to 8,000 mass killed. And some random person just went down to Xaios War, I believe. Didn't pay attention to that message. But I think that was a Corsair snipe. Or an air snipe in general. Also the T2 HQ dying, which is somewhat problematic, and never mind, it was a tactical missile snipe. Those tactical missiles still around and still doing quite a bit of damage. Now taking out the remaining navy yards. Okay, a second strat out for Flyby Boom. And Sentimental now just building up a artillery bank to keep Scratch at arm's length. Angry Kiwi still building more transports for more Ghetto gunships. Still not giving up on the idea of killing their opponents with more Ghetto gunships. The biggest meme strategy I can imagine. And I think this is the 3rd strat that is now above the southern team's stuff. Right, Sentimental seeing the writing on the wall, now just moving up. Just going for the honorable death in battle. Or not, or maybe just deciding to stand still in the end as well. Because I was wrong. But the massive amounts of Cerberus turrets are now just taking out these Urshivas that have been sent in, so those take out a few shields but don't do any major damage. So some Cerberus go down, but not nearly enough. And now we have 4 strats just circling down here. So yeah, this game is basically decided now. Angry Kiwi asking to be air escorted, moving in with 7 more Ghetto gunships, this time against Xyoswa, I believe. Already building even more transports. Getting ready for the next snipe. And the ASF just massacring these inties that were sent in to defend, but this amount of transports will just get through. Even through the T1A that has been thrown up, even since these T1 transports are of course not quite that tanky, but just the sheer amount allows them to get through that. And now targeting down Xyoswa, who is about to go down, and here it is. Marking the 3rd kill with Ghetto gunships. Yes. A truly impressive toll. If you see something happening, something unusual, you should always be prepared for it to happen again, because if it worked once, players may be tempted to attempt it again, and if it works again, they will definitely attempt it again. At least after the 2nd time, you should have some sort of counter to the thing that has been screwing you over. Since otherwise you get a situation like these players, who are apparently all being taken out by Ghetto gunships. One of the best counters for it is of course flags, since the Mech Marines also take damage, can take damage in the transports if they get hit. And the AoE cloud of flag would deal damage to both the boys in the transport, who also made tank some damage of T1AA, and the transport itself, thus providing a very decent counter to these kind of nasty strategies. But basically the entire southern area now being taken out. This game is basically decided at this point. I don't believe that there's any way for for Timon to come back from this. They have nearly, they are almost at 1/3 of the economy of their opponents. And now with once handsome, I believe, power stalling, that's getting even worse. Yeah, I believe once handsome was power locked for a moment. These cruiser missiles now locked onto the ACU of Sentimental, and the shield about to collapse. And with that, the ACU is doomed to die, taking heavy damage, unsurprisingly. Advanced Nano not being able to, that also means that Sentimental won't be able to finish Advanced Nano. But they did realize it and decided to get away. And due to normal Nano already being pretty decent, they are able to regen that and are now using that comm to deal with this small Nano incursion up here. But saying that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 whole Ghetto gunships moving in. Nano may be strong, but it's not strong enough to defend against 10 Ghetto gunships. I mean, I'm pretty sure nothing is strong enough to defend against 10 Ghetto gunships, so this isn't too surprising. But yeah, that commander is going down very quickly, considering the fact that it's technically only Mech Marines attacking. And that marks the 4th kill with Ghetto gunships this game. Luckily, Once Handsome is underwater and thus can't be harmed by these annoying little gunships. And also, this auto flag would make gunship attacks very ineffective, since gunships tend to go down. Since the flag means that the gunship clouds go down basically at the same time completely, with the AoE and this large amount, neither normal gunships nor Ghetto gunships could actually do anything down here, I believe. Okay, do they have the last comms scouted? No, they actually don't. They don't have sound on this area. Oh, they just flew over and found it for a moment. Yeah, one Sandstorm doesn't have stealth, so they basically just need a sonar to find it. But I believe they just did, yes. By just firing scouts overhead. And now I assume that there will just be a snipe with top bombers coming in very soon. Those are still ASF, questionable after having won air completely. Like, there's really no way for one Sandstorm to get properly back into the air game. And yeah. A small push of bricks trying to break through the center, but the sheer amount of PD and also now naval support that is here makes that easily deals with this push. Also all these units. And the cruisers now firing into the other pond are able to take out to just overwhelm all these sappers. Something did actually hit one Sandstorm. Maybe it was just the AoE of the strat bombers that were flying overhead. Maybe Flyboy Boom just ground fired them, not sure. But Angry Kiwi now building top bombers with the full intention, obviously, to just end this game, as those will be very effective at taking out this underwater ACU. But these cruisers now just one by one taking out all the defenses in this area, and thus forcing one Sandstorm, not really forcing him out, but forcing him to be undefended. Yeah, that's basically what killing defenses do. It forces you to be undefended. God, I am poetic. I'm a poetic genius. Yeah, okay. More strats. Just taking out even more infrastructure. Even more maxes. Taking crippling the economy. Making it even harder for one Sandstorm to actually keep this up. But there's really nothing that he can do at this stage, so... Are there any top bombers yet? There are some top bombers now also building up for Flyboy Boom. And quite a few top bombers now also up for Angry Kiwi. So I believe there may be there may be an air snipe coming in any moment now. But that ACU is not long for this world. This T3 Max just about surviving. I suspect just due to the Cyprian regen. A very annoying thing that the Cyprian have on all their stuff. Everything Cyprian just regens naturally, which in case like this can basically forces a third pass in some cases, which can be crucial to for stuff like that to survive if you are able to actually take it out. Take out the bombers. Right, Sentimental mentioning that the Northern team has no idea what they're doing. One Sandstorm pointing out that he doesn't either. That's always a good start. Also definitely ensures some deep trust. And there's the top bombers coming in, only getting one pass, but one pass is all it takes. And that's game. A game decided basically by Ghetto gunships. MVP has to go out to Angry Kiwi for all that Ghetto gunship play, with a major facepalm going out for the entire Staffel team for not actually having any proper counters to these Ghetto gunships. Anyway, I hope you found this cast amusing, and I hope to see you again in a future cast, or live on Twitch. This game was live cast on Twitch. I would put a link into the description if YouTube wasn't being YouTube, basically, and would allow me to actually put links into the description. As soon as YouTube actually allows me to do that, I will do that. But till then, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you again in the future, and till then, bye!